Good day, my fellow Americans, and my people of the Western world. Extended pleasantries to you as well. It is Deron, the Christian, Republican, Zionist, patriotic American. I can't say this enough, and I know it may be becoming cliche if you watch my videos. I am against any ideology that is inimical towards progression, and I am obsessed with facts. I love knowledge. I love the truth, especially absolute truths. Truths. Um, a lot of people say that knowledge is power. I don't agree with that. I believe that knowledge with action is power. So, let's dive right into our topic today. Oh, I thought I had it queued up. Oh, I made a mistake. Anyway, topic for today, it is the Dawning a New Day, the Frederick Douglass Foundation Community Blog. Now, this article was published in 2008, okay? And I'm going to take my time with this, but not too long because I don't want this video to be too long. But this is the Democratic Party versus the Republican Party. Who is the true champion of ending slavery, the civil rights movement, and the black community in I think self-explanatory that it is the Republican Party. So I'm just going to give a narrative to this article, and I'm going to let the screen sit still, you know, so you guys can just read it yourselves. But I'm just going to keep going on with my narrative here. We all know that the Democratic Party was actually started by the KKK. And the Democratic Party has been successful at keeping the black community on the mental plantation. They hate for blacks to think for themselves. They hate for blacks to be free thinkers. And even black Democrats hate blacks that are actually free thinkers like myself. Have you ever been in a room with a black Republican and a black Democrat? It's ugly, it's heinous. And I'm not going to say in every incident that the black Republican is completely innocent, but from my experience, in my opinion, not fact, but my opinion, from my experience, what I have encountered, the black Democrats, they like to attack the black Republicans, and they call them all kinds of pejorative, just terminology they use is completely plantation terminology. You are Uncle Tom. You're a house N-word. You're a Sambo. Why are you cooning? It's crazy the hate that they actually have towards black Republicans. Now, I hope you all are reading this and you're just listening to my voice, okay? These are all facts here. Now, I've done my cross-referencing and all that. This article is credible, 100% credible. I only want to publish articles that are, or videos that are actually credible, that no one can refute. Just looking at these facts here about the Democratic Party and how they have always been against blacks excelling. They have always been against equality. They have always been against education. They have always been against that. Look at the black community today. Who do they vote for? Democrats. The black community, in every attribute, in comparison to other ethnicities in the United States, they are at the bottom. Why is that? Now, I'm not blaming the solely the Democratic Party, because everyone is responsible for their own life. But the Democratic Party perpetuates this slave-like mentality, this Stockholm syndrome, this entitlement complex, this I cannot fend for myself. I need the government to take care of me. Wow. That It's what I'm referring to when I say the slave like mentality. I cannot survive without welfare. I don't want to piss my master off, so I'm going to keep voting Democrat. And also, they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to piss people off on a bandwagon. Right? I mean, you guys go through YouTube and you can type in Black Republican versus Black Democrat and listen to how condescending, how they victimize the Republican. And this is actually is completely indicative of the Democratic Party to the Republican Party in its entirety, because the Republican Party has always been about equality and freedom for all people. For all people. They have always been about that for all people. Now, there are blacks and there were whites and there were Jews who were complete slave abolitionists, and they fought for blacks to be free and for blacks to be treated as equal. Okay, and I know we have an ugly history. I know that. But learn from history so it does not repeat itself. I want people to get off of that mental plantation that they have been stuck on for centuries. The self-hatred in the black community, we all know that comes from Willie Lynch. But the Democrats, they were the slave owners. They didn't want blacks to be free. They opposed the Emancipation Proclamation, the 13th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 15th Amendment, so on and so on. Look at this. These are facts. It's right in front of your face. You cannot argue with these facts. And who has always been for equality? The Republican Party. Now, the Democratic Party has demonized the Republican Party. They have completely distorted the truth, which, I mean, that's typical with liberalism. You opinions may vary, okay? I'm not saying that's a fact. It's just my opinion. So let me just put the disclaimer there. Anyway, the Republicans have always been for equality, education. The Democrats have always blocked any kind of act that would be for the advancement of blacks. Always have. And they still are today. They don't want you to be free. They don't want you to think for yourself. They will insult you. They will blackball you. They would try to use any form of intimidation. And I know because it has happened to me. I have had black Democrats speak to me as if I were the KKK. I think that's kind of messed up. I'm trying to offer a paradigm shift here. I'm trying to I hope you have an epiphany, people, you liberals who wish to keep voting for Democrats. It's the Democratic Party that's racist. It's not the Republican Party that's racist. It's not. Look at history. The Republican Party has always been for equality for all races, all across the board. But what happened? Majority of the blacks back then, they were voting Republican. But what happened? I'm going to conclude the video with this. And I agree with this young lady. Her closing conclusion, I agree with her. She states, quote, "As you can see, the party that the blacks started off in was indeed the Republican Party. It was only after the Reconstruction era ended and the modern era was issued in that the black community flocked to the Dixiecrat Democrat Party. Why did this change over occur for the black community to go from being Republicans to Democrats? There are all kinds of speculation on that. My belief, which may not be yours, is that the Democratic Party and the Klan saw that they had to do something. It was essentially a power grab that they intended to win. They were losing power fast, and they didn't want to lose all of their power, knowing that the majority of blacks were still fairly uneducated, especially when it came to politics. They did the only thing they could do. They ripped off their sheets, introduced the words help and free into the picture, and off running was the Democratic Party for the black community. Democratic Party only saw the black community as a bunch of useful idiots and their ticket to power. Think about it. Boom! This is This is Deron signing off.